What's up everyone, Leaf here, back with another custom back again with another custom minifigure showcase. This time we got Asuka from the Senran Kagura series. Now this figure took some time to finish. I made the sculpt and everything, but I never really got around to actually painting the figure. I don't know why, I just didn't. But here it is, like half a year later, and I think it turned out pretty good. Had to redo some things with my Homura figure, as I made these as a pair, as big fuck you to Sony, because fuck Sony. I didn't really have any issues with this figure whatsoever for some reason. The scratch test on the leg, the left side again, for some reason. The left side of this, it varies, sometimes the left leg, sometimes the right leg, it's just annoying. Anyway, I did the scratch test, it scratched off just on the left leg, so I decided to soften that edge up a little bit more, just do some more sanding right there, and after that, it worked out fine when I varnished it and everything. No real complications other than that, so that was a relief. And that's kind of weird, because this was in the summer, I believe, when I had troubles with a lot of other figures. It's just really weird. In general, I'm very pleased with this figure. Everything turned out really good, from sculpt to just the paint job. The resemblance is really spot on, I think. I didn't paint her hands though, because you should know by now if you've been watching my videos, but in case you haven't, I hate painting hands because it's a pain in the ass, and it's nearly impossible to get the paint to actually stick on there after you varnish it. Like, the lightest of scratches can just ruin everything. But yeah, paint job, very happy with it. Arms, torso, legs. I mean, legs, nothing special really. And I decided to cheat my way out by using brown legs, so I just didn't have to paint the shoes, because that's one of the biggest things when making customs, I think, is when you paint the shoes. That's like the biggest point where they you get a lot of friction, I guess. It's the best way to put it, stress on the edges and whatnot. So getting that right, especially with what I'm doing customs for, I'm doing them mostly because I want to do stop motion and whatnot, and you know, I want them to actually be functional, playable things. I'm not really into making display figures. I mean, sometimes figures do turn out a little bit too complicated, or you know, too many restrictions, too much fabric, I sculpted something too tightly or something too narrow. I mostly plan my figures ahead, how I'm gonna make them. That's why I always try to make them as clean as possible, not using too much sculpting, not too much fabric. I always try to keep it as official as possible. It's a little bit hard sometimes, obviously. And I do also enjoy sculpting a whole lot more than I do painting. Sculpting is a lot of fun because it's way more forgiving and it's a lot easier. I personally think it's easier than painting, even though I've been drawing and painting my entire life. But, you know, I'm not really good at it or anything. You know, I can't draw anything or paint anything unless I have a reference. Got a little bit derailed there, like I usually do, but I don't really have anything to say about this figure. I mean, it looks nice, it's accurate. I think it just looks pretty good overall. I mean, the likeness is really spot on, I think. And I actually started having a lot of fun making skirt pieces. Before it was kind of annoying, but now I got a technique down, and I always do them the same way. I do try new things when making fabric pieces, to see how they can connect different ways, you know, when you cut it and when you glue it. It's a lot of fun as well. I pretty much enjoy everything else other than painting, because when you paint you gotta do the varnish part, and that's just that's a real bitch. I hate to do that because you never know how it's gonna turn out. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. Like, I didn't really have anything to say about this figure. I mean, it's Shinobi Girl, that's it. I do like the designs, I do find the games fun, but there's not really much to it. That's the problem, it's too much style, no substance with Senran Kagura. I do like the character designs and stuff like that, but I mean, what else does he got going for it?